Alright, so today I'm gonna record my thoughts. Oh gosh, that was not. I was thinking about a lot of things. Why people do what they do, or why people are homeless. And sometimes it's very stressful to hear these things because it's not what you're used to hearing. Because obviously, if you want a better future, you should go create it, right? Oh god. So, and a lot of time, the reason why people are homeless and circumstantial events. People were born into a great family, a great world, or a great environment that they surround themselves with, and things happen in our life, and things keep negative, keep snowballing, the snowballing effect. And I realized it does. It doesn't matter how much people think it's about the education. It's not. It's about what happened in our life, the story that they told themselves. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are or how educated you are. It's you shouldn't use the excuse to sing, because once you're in that negative loop, it's very hard to get out of. Because I should know it's not easy, and you see everything from a very negative place. But those dark plays, you shouldn't let it consume you. But these homeless people are letting it consume them, and they're not doing anything to get themselves out of the situation. And so they look at a world, because I got sucked into it, and it's like I listen to the stories and it's as if they lose hope. And I was sitting in my room, I was like, gosh, how can I just wake people up and say, you know what, you can do something about it. You're like still alive and you're not dead yet. And it's not all gloom and hope and and when you hear these stuff, and it's like, who cares about how, I don't give a, for one reason, I don't care about the educational system. I don't care how educated you are. I don't give a and if you are saying you're educated but you're stuck in a situation, and you're talking about education, that's not, now I realize there's probably you can watch it on YouTube, there's tons of homeless people who are educated. It doesn't matter if you have a piece of paper or a degree on you, if you're not trying to, if you say you have a dream and you don't do anything about it, why? It's like so, it's not easy. Like, for instance, I'm not perfect, right? I try to do the best I can for my family and my dreams, like, for instance, when I talk about people, what was it in the book, or was it the Morning Miracle, I tried to, a while back, when I was trying to go in too fast for, like, let's say, try to train, or people call it workout, I don't call it workout, train, a long time ago. I didn't let my muscle get used to it. So what ended up happening is I put like a boxing glove and they call it ankle weights, right? And I put it on both of my hands, and I wasn't letting my muscle get used to my punching, my kicking, so it ended up tearing my muscle. So I think the next day, or I went to college, and I remember I was talking to my friend, and it hurt so bad, and you have to slowly increase, because that's what I learned from Bruce Lee, right? But you have to slowly, like, sometimes we should be proud of the effort that we put in, not the if we slip off, because that's what happened, right? I slip off. That's okay. We shouldn't beat ourselves up. Pick up ourselves again, and we have another day to do it again. And we get, because if we miss a time we're supposed to quote unquote do it, then it's okay. You still have another time to do it. It's like, oh, okay. I want it because I know my body, right? I know that if I work way too hard, I will kill it, because I don't want to. Most people want to, they're doing it for whatever, to lose weight. I'm not doing that for that. I'm doing it not just to or look good or not. I'm not doing it for that. I have my different goals for why I do the things that I do. But for me, I want to gradually increase it, because you want to develop a habit. A habit is increased over time. But the reason why most people fail doing that is because they're not building a habit. So because I learned that from my mistake. A while back in 2015, I tried to do that, and I, lose weight, but I was miserable. I didn't like it. It's about a lifestyle. Like people talk about you have to work out if you of course you. I don't want to do that because I don't enjoy doing that, right? But you should put in activity that you do enjoy doing, and that's better, right? And so that's my thoughts, right? But in this lifetime, if you're talking about living a life that you absolutely hate, and you're in this situation, it's very negative and dark, and sometimes things happen. I get it. Things happen to me too. But that does not mean that we should use these negative time to destroy ourselves, because in these negative time we do really stupid negative things to our body, meaning we don't take care of ourselves. We put poison in our body and our mind and the group that we hang around with. When I was at the Toastmaster, the girl was speaking, and I realized what she said. If you have bad friends or you have bad influences, you will have bad outcome. Meaning, if you hang around with negative, no hope people who just point their fingers at people, but they don't take that finger and point at themselves to get better, what's the point? It's okay, but the problem is your negative mindset is causing you to see the world in a very dark place. And I was thinking about a lot I want to do to create a video that to shake people up, saying I've been into dark places, but this is not how it should be. You shouldn't use substance. Like, for instance, cigarettes. I hate freaking cigarettes because they stink. Let me tell you a story. When I was in Job Corps or trade school, whatever you want to call it, when I just began going in there, I thought everybody was crazy because everybody's smoking cigarettes. Or the RAs or the supervisors, everybody's smoking cigarettes. And people buy cigarettes like 50 cents, and they were fiending. And I remember there was a story where my friend was holding the cigarettes. I chopped. They were holding it, and I chopped it. The karate chop, and it broke the cigarettes. People know that I don't like cigarettes. I hate these things. When I was really depressed, right, back in 2011, I wanted to try a lot of things because I was like, fuck it, I'm depressed. My life is not going the way I wanted to, and I'm gonna see what will happen. So I try, because I was under the influence of my friends. So, and these cigarettes are disgusting. That when you put in their mouth. Let me tell you a story. My grandmother boyfriend, he smoked cigarettes, right? And something happened to him in his life, and he got lung cancer because he probably smoked a lot of cigarettes. Cigarettes are bad for you because of the poison that you put. The smoke that you inhale in your body is worse than anything. I don't know. People say I need it. here's the thing, the truth, why people put cigarettes in their mouth. Because they say, oh, it will help them, calm them down. Because it's the nicotine. It's help them relieve their stress. Right? And that's what I hear all the time from my friends back in trade school. This is when I was 19. I was very young. And it's not good. The only reason people get addicted because they started very young, right? They started when their friends smoke, so they smoke, and they become a habit. And then because smoke and cigarettes are like I think they're plant-based. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Because I read in the book the sugars, it's all dopamine, right? It's activating your reward center. So these are bad for you. So that's my opinion. But in circumstances, these drugs and alcohol, it's okay to drink it like once in a while. For me, I drink it when my brother's his birthday, right? But I don't drink it at all, right? That's my thing. I don't do these things. If people want to know, I don't do these things. And I'm not perfect, right? I want to make people happy around me, so it's like, it's okay. But I don't do cigarettes. That's one thing I don't do, right? And people who want to quit cigarettes or want to do something great, it's like they slip off. It's okay to slip off. But the mindset is very bad, right? The homelessness can kill, like you will die with your hopes and dreams, and you will die. It's like very stressful the way that they talk about things, and they're so negative about things, and they're throwing a lot of things. Like I was like, bro, what is this? In my mind, it's like, who cares, right? People, grown adults, homeless, right? They judge young kids for making the mistake. They say I say, bro, they're young. They're like 19, right? And they don't know what homeless adults act like they should know, like the fucking 17-year-old or 19-year-old should know better. The fuck is wrong with you? They don't know better. Nobody know better, right? And that's the thing that kills me the most. And I listen to these things, and I was like, bruh, they don't know better. What, you think that they were pushed into the world, and you act like they should do better? That make me pissed, right? It made me pissed, and it's like, bruh, I'm frustrated, and it's like, why don't you take this thing that you're saying and focus on yourself and build a better future? And yet you're focusing on the wrong thing. That's it, my thoughts.